this hook shot
In absence of a proper term.
Well, UE is on top after that hook shot. 8-1. The set Taoist, the captain, communicating and revving up her squad, hoping to tally their first win today. Looking up ahead. Of course, these two teams are not looking up ahead, but I say this is the best chance for them to win because looking up ahead at their schedule, UE still has to play LaSalle and UP still has to play Adamson.
So tough matches ahead. But you know, today in this match, UP not themselves. I mean, we've seen them perform against LaSalle and Ateneo, you know, all the squads. And you know that they have that spunk, but today, very tentative.
The fourth member of our broadcast team is Kat Salaw, and she will be reporting for UE. Kats?
Kung Hei Fatchoy from the UE Lady Warriors, and clad in red, it seems like the luck of this game today is in UE's favor. Still aiming for their first win, I observed a more energetic team during the off-air warm-up earlier, with Season Nebrida showing off her spiking skills and Grace Sankay making some graceful sets. Now these skills are what Coach Boy always talks about when he says that he wants to see that what they've been practicing on the court. Coach said relax lang ang girls for this game and eager daw sila manalo of course, but he hopes na sana wag lang salita. And with these first few points so far, Coach Boy is happy on the sidelines. Antonio Noreen?
Kung Hei Fatchoy to you too, Kats. 9-2. UE on top. No time to relax for them because any opening that UP can see, they're going to take advantage.
That's right. And obviously, they started out strong. Metro UP got intimidated and they weren't moving as they used to or they should. But if you give them, like you were saying, that window of opportunity, of course, the confidence level will be different and they'll start scoring points.
Speaking of starting to score points, UP is doing just that. This last point, courtesy of Jay Alia Ong, who has emerged as the #1 scorer, along with Catherine Bersola for UP.
You can see in that slow-mo, she can leap. Talk about Ong.
For a long time this season, it was Princess Se who was the top scorer of the UP team. Now it is Ong and Bersola. So we're seeing the young players take over, Noreen.
Yeah, you're right. But, you know, that goes to show that the defense of UP or the reception is not really up to par because they cannot take advantage of a player like Se who's in the center. Bersola, because she's tall, that they can give it tres. But they're not able to optimize the presence of a Se in front.
Jay Alia Ong, who just scored the last 2 points for UP, serving it up. Guevara, let's see the response. Guevara plays with a lot of spunk, Noreen.
Yeah, and you know, that's a good sign for Coach Boy because Guevara has been playing well for this UE squad.
Coach Boy up from his seat after sitting down the whole time that UP built a 6-0 advantage early on. Guevara with another point. So right back at ya for UE as we take a look at this Shakey's fast serve, courtesy of Guevara, brought to you by Shakey's Fun Family Pizza.
Oh, that's really miscue for you. Talking about Mangulabnan and Ong. But you know, in beach volleyball, I remember watching a international competition. They call that husband and wife. When you put it in the center and then nobody gets it, or that error, they call it a husband and wife type of error.
Tiamzon. It is a balanced rookie attack for the Lady Maroons here in the first set.
Well, they have to take full advantage of the fact Bersola is now in front. She's actually I think the team's leading blocker.
Yes. Going into this game, she has tallied a total of 23 block points. I'd like to see some quick attacks set up for Bersola, or maybe even a running spike.
Yeah. But again, no, UP has got to receive better. They want to make sure that these tall players like Asena, Bersola can get those sets that they like.
Right now it is Se in the back row while Bersola is at her favorite spot at the center. Bulan. Will she come alive once again for UE? She only had 6 points against Ateneo the last time out.
Well, a miscue there by UE. Miralis never jumped.
Coach Boy calls
UE.
a timeout. Let's listen in.
Dalawa lang spiker natin, papasok. Ibig sabihin, dito ka lang pupunta, dito na si Faith. Hindi mo makukunin ito, abangan ka rito yun. Abangan si Faith dito, pumunta ka rito. Diba? Talong ka ng talong, wala siyang lugar eh. Haba pa natin, haba pa yan. Pag dumikit sa atin yan, mahihirapan pa tayo dyan. Nakdakan na natin, hanggat maaga, ano yan? Diba na siya?
Clearly, UE and Coach Boy, they just don't want to give UP any chances. They already built a lead. They don't want to squander it.
That's right. And, you know, they're leading because they had a very strong start, and UP was caught flat-footed. As you can see on our screens, the coaching staff of FEU. Yeah, and of course, you don't want to squander that lead by just committing errors like what Miralis just did. She jumped. That was supposed to be a gift already, but she mistimed it, so an error on their part.
Coach Kid Santos and the FEU Lady Tamaraws coming off a defeat against LaSalle, snapping their 5-game win streak, so they will try to bounce back today against Adamson in our second game. Now, if Adamson wins, that's going to be big for the Lady Falcons because they will get to win number 8 and within striking distance of tying Ateneo or overtaking Ateneo.
That's right. You know, really, each win matters because it's that tight. You know, when you look at LaSalle with 12-1, that on Metro, they're comfortable already up there. They're assured of the number 1
Yes.
spot. But the 2, 3, 4 is still up for grabs.
Ateneo still has UST remaining in their schedule. That would be on February 17, Sunday, the last game of the elimination round. So we're so close to the Final Four in the region. The best season ever in UAAP volleyball, coming off the biggest day in its history.
Yeah, what's the number?
19,638. That's more than the UAAP cheer dance competition that drew in a crowd of 19,509.
Well, it just goes to show that the sport of volleyball has come a long way. And you know what's nice? I remember watching yesterday's game, and Boom kept mentioning that there are a lot of first-timers. You know, they're not really fans of the sport, but because they hear about it, and then it's a Ateneo LaSalle match, and then the NU and the UST match. You know, there are a lot of people who came to watch, who went to watch, which is really nice to hear for the sport.
Even Thomas Torres, the point guard of the LaSalle Green Archers, got interviewed by Billy Capistrano, and he said that that was his first ever volleyball game.
Wow.
Bulan gets it through that combination of Bersola and Mangulapnan at the top of the net.
Well, that's really a good set by Masangkay. As you can see, the blockers, they were actually eyeing Dawis, but Masangkay gave it to Bulan.
This is Bulan's third playing year, a transferee from Perpetual Help. He's 20 years old.
But you know, I'd like to say, kanina in that slow-mo, if you want to be a decoy, as Dawis was, you have to make, it has to be believable. So the blockers will actually, you know, look at that spiker and say, okay, I gotta check either Dawis or Bulan. And that was a really good set. But some people, some center blockers, they'll just go in for the quick. And it's not believable, so the blockers won't even bother. So you have to make it believable.
Net violation for UP.
16-11, UE still on top. But Coach Boy Dalistan wants to make sure that they stay there.